Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream today. Today we're operating under WestJet 56 with service down to San Diego from Calgary. A little rundown of the flight today. We're looking at cruising altitude of 39,000 feet, cost index of 57. Got a distance today of just under 1,200 nautical miles. We got an estimated fuel burn of 14,245 pounds and a starting block fuel of 20,300 pounds. We got 75 passengers on board today and just under 4,200 pounds of baggage with a estimated takeoff weight of 123,000 pounds. Looking at a block time gate to gate of 3 hours and 24 minutes with a air time of 2 hours and 56 minutes. Without further ado, let's jump into the aircraft and get things started setting up. As you can see, Calgary is a little bit rainy weather today, foggy, cloudy. Just verify that I got, yep, okay, everything is set to live. Alright, I believe we already have the ground power connected, which we do, so we can go ahead and start getting everything ready here. Turn our ground power to on, battery can come on. We will turn our forward fuel pump on, turn our APU, sorry, not APU, Jim, we don't have APU yet. Ground power is already on. And you can see that we got power there. Come up to the overhead, turn on our window heat as well as our probes. Come all the way to the top and put our IRSs into nav mode. Wait for that to switch from on to align. Left is set to align, right is set to align. Well, I did that wrong. Switched over to nav. Awesome. Set our altitude to 39,000 feet. Awesome. Let's go ahead, get our logo lights on. Probes, sorry, position and strobes are set to steady. Anti-collision can stay off, wing can stay off for now, as well as wing well. Jump ahead and fire up our APU. And we can also go ahead to GSX and request our boarding. Awesome.
Boarding requested.
Let's request that. Choose WestJet. And that should start commencing. Awesome. Come down below to our FMC, start loading up. Reference airport, we're here in Calgary, CYYC.
Do you want to board crew? Pilot's boarding starting.
Alright, that's loaded in Calgary. And the gate that we are at is gate number 2 by the looks of it. Take our last position, set it in. Awesome, looks like that's aligned. So we are CYYC going to KSAN. Flight number WJA 56. Request our flight plan. May have to set it up first in the EFB. Awesome. And there we go, sim brief. Calgary to Calgary to San Diego, sorry. Set our payload, set our fuel. Awesome, that should be all loaded up. wait for our flight plan to become active. Request that. Root uplink ready. Load.
Your crew has boarded. Hassan,
We'll go ahead and activate that. Awesome. Departing out of Calgary off of runway 35 right. Come over to our prefinit page. We'll request our prefinit. Go ahead and load that up. Awesome. And I think I gotta set 390 here. Perfect. Let me go over to our N1 limits. See, they're loading up the baggage. And passengers are boarding. Awesome, load that baggage in. And we can come down and get our performance for our departure. So once again, we're off 35 right. A little bit of a taxi today. Report that from aircraft, report weather, and calculate. There's our beat speeds there. Select temp 46 with takeoff 1. Insert 41. And takeoff 1 should get about 88.1. Let's verify that. We got a little bit lower than expected, so takeoff 1 selected. And confirm that was 46 selected temp, which it is. Flaps for departure is going to be flaps 1. Go ahead and select flaps 1. And we got our speeds of 130, 132, which is the same as here, so that's fine. Load in our center of gravity, 24.6, and we can load in our V speeds. Awesome. Guess I can get our runway winds as well. Let me see what. Flight sim visuals, what's on the go, dude? How's the frames going? All good? Man, so far so good. So what I ended up doing after was I rolled back my driver to the latest version, and my settings are pretty much completely the same as yours now. I honestly could have just been, you know, had my settings up way too high for what my system can handle. But, I don't know, you tell me, how's it looking, man? Does it look smooth on the stream? You know, like, obviously, Flight Sim is never going to be 100% perfect, and you're still going to get a few frame drops, but so far everything seemed pretty good, like all the transitions, you know, not too bad on the frame spikes. Hopefully it looks the same on the stream. Alright, I'm gonna make sure put my seatbelt on now as well. go ahead and go over to my APU generator now that I got power. Yeah, I did a few test flights and it seems I did a few test flights and seems a lot better now, on final anyway. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so all passengers' baggage is fully loaded, which is good. V-speeds are entered. What was I doing? Looking for the winds. Alright, let me go to Flight Radar 24 and see what the latest winds are here. Calgary, showing map. We got, ooh, it's windy day today. 330, 24 gusting 40. I'll take the average, so that will be about, what, 32? Well, 330 at 32. It's going to be a wet runway. And I have no idea what the runway slope is. So if I go back to takeoff, should have new speeds here. Awesome. And I'll request latest winds as well. While I do that, go ahead and disconnect my ground power unit. Release the ground power unit. Door management, I can close all of my doors. Let's get our parking brake on. And I can move my chocks as well. And the bridge should automatically detach with GSX, so that's awesome. Door management, close all, doors are all closed, arm, awesome, they're all pressurized and sealed. Come up to my overhead, I can go ahead and turn my fuel pumps on. Turn on the electricals, let's go. APU bleed on, these can come off. Auto, and then we can stay off as well. Turn on my beacons, and I believe we are ready for pushback. Altitude, no ATC, so I'll go straight up to 39,000 initially. And we can call for a pushback. And altimeter here is 3009.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
So we'll go
pushback.
to inches.
Due to icing conditions,
3009.
please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Awesome. Alright, everything looks good. All doors are shut. Everything is released. Just getting hooked up now.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Nothing worse than the frames fighting you after a 3-hour flight. External pit power is so cool, man. Love that they added a little external report that comes out of the ground. Keep thinking, damn, those beat speeds are low. Remember, near the 700. Yeah, exactly. We're in the 700, man. And we also got, what is it,
Launching
like...
gear.
I found it weird at first, too, especially after flying the Airbus a bit. But, we also got, like, gusting 40 knot headwind, so definitely be able to get off the ground a bit quicker than usual today. Alright, we'll go nose right tail left.
Release parking brakes, please.
And let's release our parking brakes.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Looks awesome. Yeah, man, it looks I mean, look at this, it's pretty smooth. You know, a few stutters, but man, you're never going to get 100% stutterless, but like you said, man, as long as, how come the IRSs aren't aligned on the right side? That's weird. Never seen that before. Something I got done wrong. Is in nav mode. That's weird. Not too sure. Oh well, we only need the left side. Alright, let's go ahead and get an engine start here as well.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake is set. And we'll go ahead and bring our selector to ground on the right-hand engine. Let's go ahead and get the right engine started. Where are we at on the fuel? Awesome, let's introduce fuel. Yeah, that is weird. I'm not sure if I did something wrong with the right-hand IRSs, but oh well. See if I can request
Cockpit to ground.
engine start.
We have a
Awesome.
good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Engine is stabilized. Let's go ahead and start number 1. Only thing I can think of is the yaw dampener, but that's out at first. Officer side isn't active. I could try the yaw damper, but the yaw damper definitely would be the cause for the IRSs.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
I could try to... I don't know if it'll mess it up if I go... Let's see if I turn it off, then back on the right-hand side, and try to align it. On DC. Line. Alright, still got our position. That's weird. I'll give it a few. Maybe it'll come along. Shoot, I should probably introduce fuel. I'm at number 1 now. I think the 777 had a similar issue recently. Could be a PMDG thing. Could be, man. Yeah, it's that's really strange. Alright, we're gonna be taxiing. Our engine stabilize. Looks like we got a good start now on number 1. Come up to the overhead, get our generators on. And APU bleed can, sorry, APU can come off, and we can set our packs. Awesome. Fuel pumps can come off. And I believe we are ready for taxi. Let's go ahead and put on our taxi lights. We are flaps 1 for departure. Exactly, man. Poor first officer with no instruments. Poor guy. Dude, it's freaking crappy weather here. Oh, look, they came alive. I do remember when I was aligning the IRSs on the first officer side, at first I accidentally went to ATT instead of nav, and I never realized till after, and I just switched it back to nav. So maybe I have to go all the way off, wait a few seconds, then back to nav. I feel like that was probably the culprit. Alright, I believe we are ready for taxi. Let's go ahead and release our parking brakes and commence our taxi. Arm LNAV VNAV. May only get VNAV. Maybe. Oh, flight director's dead. I find it hard sometimes going back and forth plane to plane. You forget some things. Alright, let's start a taxi. I love the new engine sounds that PMDG put out. Not new, I guess, but from the first update, or when they were first released. Alright, I believe it's going to be a left turn. Let's go ahead and get some wipers on. Let's get some wiper action today. IRSs are super finicky. I spend 5 minutes recycling them. Sometimes I'm pre-flight. Yeah, they can be finicky, man. Had a double engine audio on par of the Washington video replay system with the bug strip, man. Awesome approach though, US cool. Yeah. I'm excited for the San Francisco approach. We got the Latin VFR scenery, so it should look pretty nice, I hope. Be landing on, I believe it'll be runway 25 into San Diego, so it's like the a nice approach over the city. What a rainy day here in Calgary. question for your flights and visuals, where it says, you know, I got fuel in my center tanks. It says config. Should I have the cross feed on right now? Or no, the cross feed I guess will only be for an imbalance. Should I have the fuel pumps left and right on? Just my center pumps? Take a look here. Alright, I think I turned on the right ones maybe. This thing's select auto brake RTO. Okay, that must have definitely worked because the config went away. And then I guess once I run out of fuel in my center pumps, then I turn those to off. Awesome. Let's turn on this weather radar, see what we're dealing with. Such a long taxi in Calgary to get to the runways, man. PMDG weather radar is weird. Yeah, just olive green. This is just all rain is what it's showing. Heavy precipitation. I didn't realize how high the elevation is in Calgary. We're already showing 3,500 feet, and it's just weird for how flat the elevation is here. I guess we are really high up. Alright, let's do this. Come up to our overhead, let's get our taxis on, runway turnoffs coming on. Anti-collision stays on. Awesome. Alright, let's get out of rainy Calgary. Alright, let's bring throttles up to about 40%. They're stable. We'll go Toga.
Airspeed's alive.
I forgot they armed the auto throttle there, my bad.
V1T.
And rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Now that weather's coming in on my radar. Look at that rain. There's some gnarly precipitation. Bring my nose down a little bit. Let's go ahead and get these wipers off as well. Alright, let's make a right turn before we hit all this nasty weather. Go ahead and set autopilot 1. I feel like the rotation is much more of a skill in 70-37 than the Airbus. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Rotation is a bit weird in the 737. It feels off. And the Airbus it just fucking, sort of my language, sort of just lifts off for you. If you want to say. I love hand flying the approaches in the 737 though. And it's weird because like I feel like the 737 takes more skill to fly, but I find I'm way better at landing it than the Airbus. Alright, coming up on 10,000, landing lights can come off, runway turn-offs, taxi lights, let's get our wee well and our wing lights off. And we can proceed direct to our first fix as well. Awesome. We'll arm LNAV. So we got some nasty weather ahead. Seatbelts on is staying on. The Airbus is eager to get it up. Yeah. It feels much more responsive. It's weird. I haven't tried the Phoenix though. Yeah, the Phoenix is, I don't know how to explain it. I love the aircraft though. But I just prefer to hand fly the 737. Feels like a proper aircraft. I don't know how much I like all the fly-by-wire stuff. Probably get those flaps up, shouldn't I? I'm losing it here today. Good thing I'm not flying in real life. More stuff to do as well, like even in cruise or monitoring stuff. Yeah, for sure, man. I agree. Definitely agree with you. One plane that I should take out on stream actually is the CRJ. Now that is an aircraft to fly. No auto throttle. Constantly, constantly doing stuff in that aircraft. Orbit Airlines, if you know, you know. I know, brother. What was it? Orbit Airlines, World Travel Airways. What was the other one? There's a couple of them. God, I miss the FSX days, honestly. Alright, through 18,000 feet, we'll go standard on the Barrow. Honestly, man, how like I actually got into flying in the real world is probably through FSX. Like, that's what started it all. I don't know if you remember like the good old landing challenge like in St. Martin, Princess Juliana approach. That was awesome. Fun fact, I actually was actually at St. Martin at the Maho Beach one time on a cruise stop. And I got to witness the KLM 747 come overhead. Fortunately now that aircraft's discontinued on that route, but I got to witness it, so it was pretty sweet. Air Force Proud 95. Brother, I used to be in his landing challenge videos. That's how OG I am to this flight sim. God bless the 747, man. Such a beauty. Oh man, the 747 is awesome. I'd say I'll definitely pick up the PMDG 747 when that drops. Good times, brother. For sure. I remember like everybody would set their pause to like the initial part of the approach, and he would like type in chat the next person up in line to shoot the approach. And then it'd post like a YouTube video on it a week later, and you would hoping that you would won the landing challenge. Yeah, man. It's confirmed that they're working on the 747. I won't have a clue how to fly that thing, so I never ever flew the 747 in FSX days. Yeah, man, it's super cool. That's where it all started for me. That's how I wanted to fly in the real world. I want to get like the meta glasses so I can start recording my approaches in real life on the Beech 1900. Another thing, if they can make an awesome aircraft in this simulator, I don't know if you know this actually, but the very first aircraft PMDG ever released in their lineup was the Beech 1900D. So man, if PMDG came back and made another 1900, I feel like that's all I would fly. It'd be great for like my recurrent trainings and stuff like that. Beech 1900 looks so cool. Dude, I'm telling you, man, that plane is a beast. For a turboprop plane, that aircraft's a beast. Light load, climb at 3,500 feet per minute, no problem. And at my company, we fly the good engines on the Beech 1900. We fly the PT6 67Ds. They're like the top of the line engines for the 1900. So that may play a big role there. Do you fly privately, by the way, like as a hobby, or just curious? No, I'm actually like employed. Like that's my full-time job is flying. I do like medevac, bringing sick passengers to the hospital and that kind of stuff in the good old 1900, and also like cargo, that type of stuff. Through 30,000 feet, still no breakthrough in these clouds. Wow. I'd say we're just gonna be rotting the tops for a good portion of this flight. Yeah, man, I'm super proud of myself, I must say. Trust me, man, the way I put it is if I can do it, anybody can do it, bro. Like, seriously, like I was never good in high school. I never had good grades, nothing like that. I barely showed up to high school, if I'm being honest. But if you got a dream, you got a dream, man. For sure, man. I'm currently working, building up my hours, and hopefully when I reach around 1,500 or 2,000 hours, I can head to a major airline. That's the end goal. Fuel. All right, it looks like those center tanks are empty. So I'm guessing I come overhead now and turn off my center pumps. Q400, eh? I'd fly the Q400. You know, in Canada, a nice few operators actually fly the Q400, but I'd say the 1900 is probably the perfect stepping stone into a Q400. But the end goal is like an Airbus or a 737, something like that. A jet engine. Not that the aircraft that I fly now, because it literally is a jet engine, but just with a propeller on it. But I'm talking about like turbofan engines. Baby steps, as I say, as frustrating it may be. Yeah. Honestly, though, man, I'm just living life right now. Like, you know, I got a great work schedule. I'm salary based, so I can kind of. I might run down to the shop real quick, dude. Should be back in 15, 20 minutes. Yes, man, take your time. We'll have a chat when you get back. altitude. Looking at 947 nautical miles till top descent. Let me go ahead and type in our arrival here. See what we got. San Diego, runway 27. Looks like it's only a RNAV. We'll take the RNAV Zulu. On runway 27, we got the Lucky 1 arrival with the level transition. So I'll go execute, and that level should already be there, which it is. Awesome. We'll monitor our progress page. Should make it to San Diego with 6.8 left on the fuel. Awesome. Looks like we're going to be riding these cloud tops for a bit. will figure out the gain slash tilt. It's so confusing. Yeah, man. It's a bit confusing, I must say. Like basically there's this big radar dome that's attached to the nose of your aircraft, and constantly while the radar is on, it will constantly move to the right or the left. And that's what gives like the radar scan of the precipitation. So basically, what you want to do is in like how we do it at our company is like right before you start a descent, you'll basically lower the gain. Um, 737 is a bit different, or sorry, you'll lower the tilt. So basically it moves that big radar dome that's attached to the front of the plane, it moves to the down position. And you'll sort of see, you can sort of see what's below you prior to you starting your descent, or what's ahead of you is basically at the zero position. It's basically level with your attitude. And up obviously is the sea above you. Can be a bit weird, like it can get really finicky how you use it. And like the further out you look with it, like extending the range, the less accurate it actually is. And the closer, let's say if you did like 10 nautical miles compared to, I don't know, a 30 nautical mile range, it'll be more accurate, which kind of makes sense. But I agree, it is a bit confusing. So how's your contact been coming along, Flight Sim Visuals? Do you go live much? I'll have to start joining your live streams. Occasionally, I don't normally do commentary, so I've kind of been focusing on normal videos for like building a fan base, I guess, but something I'd like to definitely try. Yeah, I try to commentate when just when I'm live streaming. I don't usually do it in my streams or videos yet, but I also don't upload any videos. I just re-upload the streams. But I'd like to, I got a few ideas for some videos I might start doing, like, if there's a new aircraft release that comes out that I want, I'll probably do like a review on it. Those sort of things. And then obviously I just upload my shorts for my landing clips on the side as well. That's good, man. Keep uploading. We're gonna make this together. I'm telling you, man, all it takes is one viral video. But it's just a matter of when is that gonna happen. My shorts look cool. Yeah, I'd like to get a, I don't know how like some streamers do it, but I see, like they got, okay, let's say half of the short, like right now I'm just, for my shorts, I just show the cockpit in the middle of the screen. I'd like to move that down below, and then for the top view, I'd like to be able to get like an exterior view of the landing. Like, I'm not sure if there's a way to record at the same time your landing as well as your cockpit view, you know what I mean? Like the exterior and the cockpit at the same time. If you run 2 instances of Microsoft Flight Sim, you could sort of act like your own co-pilot. So like you could have cockpit view and the other desktop has a wing view or whatever. Seems tricky. Yeah, it does seem kind of tricky. The only way that I was thinking about doing it possibly is while I record my short, because like right now I'm streaming, I'm recording the actual stream, and then I got like another OBS scene on the side, I guess you could call it, and that like records just my short clips. So like when I'm coming in for landing, I'm basically recording like 3x, you know what I mean? So I was also wondering if that could play an issue to my lags, but at the same time, I feel like it wouldn't just be on final that those lag spikes would kick in. But yeah, so what I was saying about how I could possibly do it is after I land, use like the one of the add-ons for the replay software and record my landing after I land and shut down and stuff, and play it back, and then start the record on the exterior view, and then I'd have to use like a software after and kind of like, I don't know how you explain it, I guess move one to the top, one to the bottom, if you know what I mean. It sounds confusing. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I got an idea how I could do it. But it just takes so much more extra time than having to edit the videos. But I mean, you know, if you want to start this up, man, you got to put the work in. What do you use Flight Sim Visuals for your like how do you capture your scenes for like let's say you got like an airport view, it looks like, of the airplane coming in and landing. How do you do that? For your DCA vid, I basically edit and replay clips into the cockpit footage I got, then yeah, so as long as you get the timing right, it looks pretty sweet. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? So like, yeah, you just have to make sure that you pretty much get the touchdown and stuff perfectly accurate if I did it the way that I want to do it. You have to sync them. So like record cockpit OBS, then get your, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. I just use default Microsoft Flight Sim Play tool. I've tried others, but they don't show control surfaces moving. Yeah, I found that as well too. Where is the, is it in the drop down bar? It is, okay. Oh wait, no, this is just camera. See, this is what I was usually using, FCR. Is this the default one? this the default One Flight Sim Studios? The FCR? Yeah, man, yeah, okay. So this should be the default one. I wasn't sure if this was an add-on I had, I couldn't remember. Yeah, I'll try to do that then. Hopefully my flight control services work. Yeah, I remember it being a bit buggy. We'll see how it goes. Like, after you land, what do you do? Because I know, like, I'm after watching some people, when they go back to replay their clip, do you leave, like, your engines running and like, instead of shutting down, do you leave your engines running, like, spoilers armed and your speed brakes? Just think how flight control replay, it's around $30, but I believe that's, like, a workaround, supposed to be super handy. I'll have to look that up, actually. I wouldn't mind, like, investing money into it if I got to. But, I'll try this on this approach. If you're still here, Flights and Visuals, try to remind me to use FSR. Because there is a big possibility that I might forget on the approach. But I'll try my best. Yeah, man, if I plan on replaying, I'll leave the plane configured. It's kind of weird. You can put speed brakes and stuff during the replay, though. Okay. In terms of you leave the plane configured as, like, already have your flaps out, speed brakes armed, that kind of stuff? But the cockpit view is never ideal, no guidance or anything like that. That's why I do OBS for cockpit stuff and then whatever external I use for FCR. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. That's what I use now for, like, my shorts. Cockpit view is OBS. That's how you'd want it for landing sessions, essentially. Okay. Sounds good, brother. We'll give that a shot. So I guess this time on the stream what I'll do is I'll do my approach into San Diego. I'll still pull up to my gate and everything, but I just won't shut down my engines. I'll immediately go to the replay tool, and then I can do, like, the deboarding progress and stuff after I record my clip. I appreciate the help, man. It's very useful. You're the go to this channel, man. I promise you. One day, if I ever hit 100K, I'll remember you, brother. Trust me. I'm gonna crack open a beer now. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, exactly, dude. If you pre can spawn after the stream, like in a fully configured aircraft. Alright, what is up? I am back. Sorry about that, man. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the recorder. But yeah, as long as the aircraft is how you want it for landing, you can play whatever you like. Yeah, so we'll test that on this approach. I like to make the try to make the quality of my shorts a bit even better. You know, like I've seen the guys who got like 2 different clips in it. Um, you know, man, they're getting tons of views. So I feel like as long as you're always trying to aim to improve, you know, that'll definitely help your channel grow. Looks like we're flying over some mountainous terrain now. Nice. Yeah, man, 100% true. If each video feels an improvement, that's half the effort right there. But also find the balance between creation and having fun. That's right, man. I know what it can be though. Like, it can be hard to, what would you call it? It can be hard to continue to. I feel like the biggest reason why people quit YouTube, from like what I've been hearing other people say, is, you know, lack of motivation, that kind of stuff. So the biggest thing is just stay motivated. You know, the video only gets 5 views one day, and other videos are getting, I don't know, 10,000 views. If one video gets a bad amount of views, you know, just don't give up, keep going. You gotta treat it as almost if you were gambling. People say, you know, you're one roulette spin away from $1 million. Same thing with videos, man. You're one video or one short away from 1 million views. So just keep at it. Alright, looks like we got clear skies ahead. For me, it was nice to fly solo for a bit, no streams or anything. Then I came back with a fresh way of thinking, you know. Your channel is doing amazing though, dude. Super happy for you. Appreciate it, brother. You too. Yeah, I mean, I started about, see, like, I used to stream, like, a long time ago. Probably, like, 5, 6 years ago. back in like the X-Plane 11 days, and even on FSX way back. And I just lost the habit, got out of it. And you know, now I got a lot more free time on my hands. Back in those days, I was still in like junior high school. And you know, now I got a career, and my work schedule is usually a week on, week off. So on my days off, and when I'm not flying real world, I'll like to keep this up. X-Plane 11, you missed that sim? Yeah, man. It's crazy because like going from it's crazy like the improvement over the years, you know, like my first ever flight sim was Microsoft Flight Sim. I think it was 2004. A century of a century of flight. I think that's what it was called. And then from there, I went to FSX Steam Edition, and from FSX Steam Edition to X-Plane 11. And I remember seeing X-Plane 11 for the first time. Man, I was like, holy crap, this thing looks awesome. And then after X-Plane 11, man, over to 2020, and it was a game changer. Yeah, I had it on the 2004 on the old CDs, man. You'd plug in the CDs, and it would come with like, what was it, probably like 4 different discs that you had to install for, oh my god. Yeah, it's crazy the way Flight Sim has come, man. 2004, and then FSX, I was like, whoa, dude, this looks awesome. All of a sudden, now we're on the X-Plane 11, I was like, okay, can't get much better than this. And 2020 just dropped, man, and that was just a full game changer. The weighty feeling of planes on X-Plane is just unmatched. The feeling is just spot on. Oh, dude, hand flying an X-Plane 11 was next level. I never got X-Plane 12 because I was into 2020 by then, but I heard good reviews on that as well. But I remember the hand flying an X-Plane 11 was totally different. Yeah, that's the thing for me, man. It's just Microsoft. The graphics now are just so good. You can't deny them. Imagine if X-Plane and Flight Sim, you know, like kind of combined yourself, and the flight model just top tier for sure. Imagine if we had the X-Plane flight model and Flight Sim. That would just be chef's kiss. For sure, man. That'd be great. Were you ever a P3D guy? P3D is one sim that I never, I know like that was the big competitor, FSX and P3D, but I never hit the P3D after. I'd always just let my FSX crash on the 32-bit. Mind reader, yeah, I was wondering if you already heard me or what. It did look very nice at that time, yeah, 100%. But I was a broke junior high student with no job back then, so I couldn't afford it. Chat a little delayed to get to you, so if I say things late, you know why. Yeah, I believe it's like I think it's about a 15-second delay. 15 or 20-second delay. I think there's still a decent fan base there. People who refuse to say goodbye to P3D. Yeah, man. Well, it's just one of those things, right? If you spend thousands of dollars on P3D, it's just like, do I really want to give it up to move on? My opinion, I would say yes. Exactly. If you got some hot fidelity mods, it'd be the same in 2024. Exactly, man. Exactly. Like now, I would say I got a nice bit of money invested into 24 and 2020. But the good thing is, you know, like some of the add-ons, pretty much all the scenery convert over, no problem with 2024. But one aircraft that I do miss flying, I think they actually have it out in 2024 now. And I actually tested it a couple of times, but I was always getting WASM crashes. Was the Flight Sim Studios Embraer 175. I'm a big fan of the Embraer airplanes, big fan. But I always had troubles with the plane, so I should update it and see if I can get it running smoothly now. Do some jazz ops in Canada. That was a fun plane to fly. Yep, the Embraer's super nice. But I watched some streamers using the Embraer now, and it looks somewhat stable. You're waiting for the Bluebird. See the gunmetal. Oh my God, gunmetal American Airlines livery. Yeah, I remember going to Florida as a kid and seeing the gunmetal American Airlines liveries lined up in Miami. I'm really hyped for that majestic Q400, man. Like I said that yesterday. But I think they can, I think GTA 7 will be out by the time that thing's released. That livery's nice, yep. Q400 is super sweet. There's a reason why they're still flying them, man. The Q400 is a strong bird. It's a great regional airline. Aircraft. Built in Canada, can't beat it. Aptics, I think that's what it's called, should be releasing their A220 soon too. I'll be interested to fly that. And I think it's going to be a freeware if I'm not mistaken. Canadian Aviation is amazing. Yeah, I must say. Canadian aviation is pretty good. Same thing with the A220 made in Canada, man. Made in Montreal. The only thing I don't like in Canada is there's not a whole lot of competitors. You know, like in the US and Europe, you can get really cheap flights, but in Canada, man, there's not as much competition, so fares are pretty expensive on Canadian Airlines. Nice to finally get out of these clouds. Got some great scenery. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit tricky. So were you asked, do they have cargo converted ones? Q400s? I'm not too sure. I'm sure there probably is. Yeah, I'm sure there probably is. And Flight Sim Visuals, I got a question for you. When you found my channel, did you find it through when I was live during a live stream, or did you find it through YouTube Shorts? I'm just curious. All your interests. Yeah, they're all just loading in at once. Let me see what you said. Yeah, I gotta say, Canadian, I don't know if you heard the Gimme Glider. Just reminded me of seeing as we spoke about the Bluebird. I do remember the Gimme Glider, man, yep. I remember watching that episode on May Day. Something through shorts. Something through shorts, you mean, is that how you found my channel? Basically, what I was wondering was when I'm wondering how you found my channel. I'm curious to know if you found it through, just joined in on one of my live streams, or did you find it through one of my YouTube shorts? To be honest, I think it was one of my live streams. I remember just having started out, and then you seem super chill. Awesome, man. Sweet. Appreciate that. Seems like, honestly, most of my subscribers have been coming from, I would say, YouTube Shorts. But it's good to know that the live streams are working as well. Awesome to understand. Someone who understands all the systems stuff, though. I couldn't talk about this. I could talk about stuff for hours. Man, I used to be the exact same way, and I still can. It's one thing, man, when you get a passion for it. Remember when I was a kid, my mom used to, I used to beg my mom to take me to the airport so I could watch the aircraft there. Just the thing, man. When you got this passionate, when you get the aviation bug, man, it never goes away. You ever thinking about flying in real life, flight sim visuals? And I love to do it, always been a dream of mine, just mainly the financial barrier at the moment. I'm hoping once I start work, maybe get some training though. Trust me, man, go ahead and, even if you can open up a line of credit or get some type of sponsorship, um, that's the options we have in Canada. We also have, what else is there? Like there's certain fundings that you should be able to get. I know it's an expensive career path to take, it truly is. But man, if this is what you want, man, don't let it go. Trust me, you'll regret it, big time. Had a little bonanza, yeah. Trust me, man, go for it. Don't let anything stop you. once again, if I can do it, man, you can do it. That's the hard thing, though. Like, I'd say the 99% reason why people give it up is probably because of money, and it is an expensive hobby. You know, I was fortunate enough to have support from my parents, because they were in, you know, they are pretty financially stable, but I also understand that, you know, everybody don't have that opportunity, so I was pretty lucky there, I must say. But if you're going for it, man, you got to be serious about it, you know. Because, and I can tell that you are. I can truly tell that, you know, you generally have a passion for it. If you start flight school, man, I was homeschooled, and in the UK you need 5 GCSESs for a lot of airlines consider training for you. So where I have 3, it's difficult. 5 GCSES. I'm not sure what that is because I'm in Canada. So is that like a credit or? If I ever have the 100K there, I know it'll happen instantly. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. Just the biggest thing is, um, you know, see, even if you can open up a line of credit, you know, once your schooling is done, you could probably start paying back that line of credit. You know, it might be $300-400 or probably euros a month. Um, it's gonna suck while you're paying that off, but you can say that you lived out your childhood dream, man. Like your high school exams, pretty much, brother, got ya. See, in Canada, you can pretty much just go to any flight school and sign up and start flying. You know, it's basically as long as you got the cash, they'll take us flying right away. Build up, do your first solo. After your solo, prep for private pilot license. Then we do commercial, and then we go ahead and do our multi-engine. And then the very last thing we do here is instrument rating. I know some people in the States, I think they do it private, instrument, commercial, and multi. But in Canada, that's the way we usually do it. Private, commercial, multi, then instrument. For pay train, they don't really care, but like certain airlines, if you got some sort of training for free of charge and you get a roll, you know. Oh, got ya. US sounds awesome though, man. I really want to visit. Canada too. Exactly, man. Canada's sweet. There's actually a guy that I fly with in Canada here, and he immigrated from the UK. So I guess he converted all of his license over and got his permanent residence. Yeah, man, another thing too, I'm gonna email you some pictures of some real world flying that we do, flight sim visuals. Send you some photos of me ripping the 1900. Where are you to? Right here. Show you what my day-to-day looks like. You like how streamlined that thing looks? Yeah, she's a beauty, man. She truly is. It's basically, I would consider the Beech 1900 probably one step down from the Q400, in my opinion. I just sent you a few photos there, flight sim visuals to your email. Check them out. FSTL, yeah, I do have that. I do have that installed actually, but I usually keep it off just for the streams because I expected that it would drop my frames by a lot. We'll see how this approach goes though. Actually, if most of the performance strikes or the spikes are kind of cleared up a bit, I might give it a shot. Definitely give it a shot. And big shout out to, I think it's Kenneth Meeks for the new subscriber. Appreciate it, man. These pics are gorgeous, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I got a time lapse of me approaching. A time-lapse video of one of my landings where we're on top of the clouds and come straight through it and shoot the approach. Might upload that as a short one of these days. Different man, go for it. Yeah, my girlfriend actually got the Meta glasses. Maybe I'll rob them from her one day and do some meta videos. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna pee in my pants. Alright, we're back. What are we now? 388 nautical miles to go. Not too bad. We are coming up on Salt Lake City to the left side of our aircraft. Nice. I was actually thinking about flying into Salt Lake City instead of San Diego. But the approach into San Diego, man, is gorgeous. Do miss the Mad Dog from X-Plane? Yeah, dude, I heard the Mad Dog. I never got into flying the Mad Dog. But one of the guys that I actually work with, he used to fly the Mad Dog. I'm going for runway 27, so we'll get the awesome approach overhead the city. May the FBS gods be with you, brother. I hope so. Hopefully today we can finally get a nice butter landing. If the FBS mess me up again, like I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do like a complete reinstall of my simulator or something, because I have my settings now set to exactly your settings, and you know, like you said, my specs are a little bit better, so there should be no reason why I should be getting lag spikes like that. Yep, for sure. Actually, another question for you about your. I do got the dynamic settings this time. Yep, I got it set to 30 FPS. So we're getting consistent 30 FPS now, but we're getting consistent 60 FPS with frame jet. So that's why it looks, you know, a lot more smoother than 30 FPS on the stream. So we got frame jet enabled. What was I going to ask you? Yeah, so I'm wondering, do you have rolling cache enabled? Like all the places you fly into, do you leave your rolling cache enabled, or do you have it just always streamlining the data? Yeah, just let me know. I'm curious. There's a debug mode for Microsoft. Could be very handy. I saw in a video last night. Will say things like limited by main thread, so you know exactly what the bottleneck is. Yeah, I can actually show you mine now. Actually, I won't do it, but it always said limited by main thread. I'm just not going to open it up right now because I don't want to pause. Yeah, no problem, man. Take your time. horizon when you need it. Exactly, man. Overall, though, yours beautifully smooth. Just weird. The FPS are exactly, man. KFL was the next level, though, dude. Wasn't like that before. No. Um, Another weird thing too. Like I was thinking about it last night. Like when you go back and watch my shorts, um, look at the videos in the 777. Like it's almost like I never have lag spikes in the 777. Seems like it's only the Airbus. And then if you look at that approach that I did in the 737 into CYYT, the very foggy one, it was like literally as soon as my wheels were about to touch the ground, I got like a quick lag spike. But then it was like super smooth. It just sucks, yeah. Exactly, man. That's the last thing I need after a smooth flight. It'll be interesting to see though if it's fixed now when I make this approach into San Diego, because you know technically it should be a bit, you know, like I will lose a few FPS coming in here with all the buildings and that kind of stuff and Latin VFR scenery, but as long as we have a smooth, consistent, no major lag spikes on the touchdown, I'll be happy. And the funny thing is, I thought I had it fixed when I was flying into Fort Lauderdale, but I guess not. So we'll see how this one goes. Not even that 30 FPS is laggy, but just the jump from 60 to where, what is it noticeable, you know, can't say. I've seen issues specific to like what yours though. If dynamic settings won't fix it, it's back to the drawing board. Oh dude. Back to the drawing board in terms of like resetting my whole PC and everything. Like I'm completely out of options if this didn't fix it. I really hope it works for you. It's one setting for me where if all helpers is unflyable completely. Also my rolling cache is set to 16 gigabyte, hope that helps. Never had to clear or tinker with it though, I must say. Alright. I got mine left off. So it's always streamlining my scenery. But the thing with my scenery, where it's streamlined for me is, you know, I got pretty damn good Wi-Fi. Or well, Ethernet I would say, because my PC is connected to an Ethernet cable. It's 2.5 gigabytes per second. So like streamlining stuff for me is no issue. Maybe I should turn that off, eh? Well, like you said, if you never cleared it and you're only using 16 gigabytes, that more than likely is already maxed out now anyway. So most likely you're just streamlining everything now. But if it's working for you, I mean, I don't see a reason to make a change. Alright, 254 nautical miles ago till top of descent. So we're getting there. So I'm going to pass over, right over Vegas. Should stop into the Mandalay Bay there and hit the slot machines. Have you ever, do you use like FS Realistic or Chase Plane or any of that flight sim visuals? I've been wanting to look into that as well to make the camera angles move around a little bit in the cockpit and stuff like that going through weather. You've been seeing this really school out, yeah. I've been thinking about trying it, man. I really have. It is expensive though, you know, just for a few camera angles though. That's my thoughts. There's a lot of customization though you can do in it. A lot. Part of Chase Plane 2, I'm sort of aware what it does. So I think Chase Plane is like the actual camera like shakes and movements in the cockpit, and I think FS Realistic is all like the different audio sounds that the aircraft will make, if I'm not mistaken. I'd honestly have to look into it a bit more too. Fair enough, dude. I'm looking at FS Realistic, definitely, man. That one I didn't know is certified. Yeah. And Chase Plane and FS Realistic kind of like work together. They're two separate purchases, unfortunately, but they kind of like work together. For VATS, and it's awesome too. You see all the contrails everywhere. It's, yeah, I heard about that too. That's like me, man. I used to do VATSIM a nice bit, but I don't know. Maybe one of these streams I'll get hooked up to VATSIM. The only bad thing is I like flying in Canada a lot, and the VATSIM kind of sucks in Canada. We usually have like every night, usually like Toronto Centre will be on, but besides that, there's not really a whole lot. Sometimes Edmonton. But yeah, maybe I will try to get on VATSIM one of these days for a stream. So different over there, yeah. What I really like is like the like doing winter ops, man. Like seeing all the cool snow on the ground, and most airport sceneries too. Like include that stuff in their airport sceneries, like during winter time. You like the snow all over the apron. It's pretty cool. Where are we to? Okay, we're still getting close to Vegas. 200 nautical miles to go till top of descent. We're getting there, man. Once again, if you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, as it does help me a lot, and like the video, reach further audience. Appreciate it very much. Remember the janitor? Oh man, I remember that. Don't even have to say another word. When you're chasing the UFO, that used to be awesome. Wish they kind of kept that story style, implement the new sim. I think for more casual similars, it was really nice. I agree, man. Definitely agree there. FSX missions used to be so fun. It's not the same. The scenarios were awesome. Oh man, they were so cool. I remember the mission flying the 747 into Kayatek in Hong Kong, and like the weather was absolute crap. And man, I was like probably like 12 years old doing these missions. Remember the World Travel Airlines 737 dual engine flame out. Gliding down from cruise like a big chunk of metal. I don't remember that one. I don't think I played that one. I remember too, it would show you like the difficulty for each mission. And I remember I would only pick like the medium to easy ones, not like the difficult hardcore ones. I don't know though, I feel like it was, like I'm pretty sure the Kayatek one, I'm pretty sure that was considered a hardcore mission, but I feel like whatever had the coolest clickbait titles for the missions I used to choose. I think the Kudo monsoon approach was one of the expert ones that was crazy. I can't remember that one either. One I do remember though is the approach into Honduras. That one was cool. That's how like I found out about a while ago. That approach. That was a crazy one. Big 747 zero visibility, man, those were the days. Those were the days. I think the Hoover Dam should be in this creek somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Should have Vegas off to our right. Oh yeah, there's Vegas. There's the airport. I don't think the strip is loading in though. You'll see my FPS tank in the strip with the strip engine. Yeah, man, without a doubt, those missions used to be so fun. Never forget the old music too. My shit looks amazing, by the way. Some cool livery choices recently. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Never forget the iconic. You can actually do it in 2020, maybe 2024, like the music. The doo, 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 doo. I can't sing. The theme tone, man. That never gets old. I'd like to set that as my phone ringtone. Yeah, man, it's crazy how things change. I don't know what's up with the scenery here. I guess that's just how far my TLOD reaches. Pretty cool. Look at those mountain views though, looks pretty nice. Clear day. LOD and machine shameful, I don't know why they're only adjust more, I agree, man. If we get the lag spikes this time, man, on final, going right to Amazon and ordering that Ryzen 7. And new motherboard. And new RAM. RAM prices are crazy now, bro. 32 gigs of DDR5 is like 600 bucks Canadian. The gear disappears. Yeah, I noticed that in your stream. That sucks. You're right, man. RAM is a small mortgage. It's crazy. Crazy how times have changed. I think I paid like probably not even, probably like 150 Canadian for 32 gigs of DDR4. And now we're looking at 600 bucks for 32 of DDR5. Haven't tried, but surely can't be too huge of a difference between some quality DDR4 and DDR5 now. I suppose high-end builds might be different. Yeah, the biggest difference in DDR5 apparently is just way faster, right? Like, I think this DDR4 that I'm using might be 32 or 3400 megahertz, and DDR6 is up, or sorry, DDR5 is up to like 6000 megahertz. So it's mostly just the processing speeds is a lot faster. Crazy how prices rocket all of a sudden. Man, blame it on AI. AI is what's caused the prices skyrocket. Same thing as when GPU prices were absolutely insane for the longest while. It was due to the when Bitcoin was popular, right? 'Cause everybody was mining. It's pretty much the same thing now, but with RAM. Everybody wants that high megahertz RAM to process AI stuff faster. If it's a visual day, yeah, if it's a nice visual day here in San Diego, we'll probably go VFR once we hit Takoi. I don't know how you say that. Tango, Oscar, Kilo, Oscar, Echo. Or no, sorry, we'll actually probably do it before that. Probably like, probably a Lindy. Lindy will probably take it in VFR. We'll get down to 5,000 and turn off the autopilot and hopefully hand fly it down from there. It's going to be an Arnab Zulu approach. And our top of descent should be coming up shortly. About 100 nautical miles left, I do believe. Yeah, 90 nautical miles, so we will be descending shortly. Yeah, I probably will shoot the visual. Once I get the field in sight, that's when I'll probably release the autopilot and hand fly down in. And do me a favor, pray to those FPS gods. Yeah, San Diego definitely should be a good test. I actually don't believe it'll be as bad as Fort Lauderdale, but definitely still should be a little bit FPS heavy, especially with Latin VFR scenery. Yeah, Latvia target aircraft. I think they make the A330, if I'm not mistaken, A340. They actually might have 320s too. From what I heard, though, I'm pretty sure it's not the greatest. Can't say because I haven't tried it myself, but I heard they're not the greatest. Looks really undervalued. Yeah. Yeah, I knew they made aircraft, but like I said, I've never tried it, but all the reviews that I've seen, it's not the best. Systems wise, anyway. But, at least they tried. Let me look up the current weather in San Diego. Hopefully we can get a visual in here. Wind is 220 at 9 or gusting 19 knots. A little bit windy. It's varying from 200 to 280. 10 statute miles of visibility. Fuel clouds at 1900. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. We can do a visual. Temperature is 20 and dew point is 13. Altimeter 299 or 8. Awesome. Wow, I find that so crazy that Stingayan77, I think that's how you pronounce your name. Hi, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button and like the video, as it does help it reach further audiences. The 2026 hurricane season has officially started. I heard, brother. I heard it's nasty. It's kind of early, hey? We are about, what, 42 nautical miles started descent, so we're going to be descending down very shortly. What I was saying, I found kind of strange. It's crazy that it's only like 45 minutes from Vegas to San Diego. It's like a 14-degree difference in temperature. San Diego's only 14 degrees, or sorry, 20 degrees, and Vegas is showing 34 degrees. Eater of World 6523. Hello, buddy. What's up? Hope you are doing well today. Just about to get ready to start our descent down into San Diego. We're expecting good weather and a nice visual approach on the runway at 27. Overhead, the big buildings. Appreciate the kind words, Flight Sim Visuals, welcoming everybody in. now 26 nautical miles. So I go ahead and set my descent altitude. Also at 2,700 feet. Awesome, that is set. And VNAV is already selected, so that should take us down when we hit top descent. Awesome. Terrain is a bit dicey around there. Now I haven't flown the sim, just seen the charts. Do you know what? I should actually probably open up my charts and take a look at that. Luckily, the VNAV will descend us via the arrival, so there shouldn't be no conflict in terrain. But I want to see how it looks over there. San Diego. We are doing the RNAV Zulu, runway 27. What do we got here? Runway landing. Always amazing how the massive US did. US is pretty big, yeah, I must say. US is definitely big. That's what she said. See what my minimums are. RNP. Okay, I'll go set that now to about 607 on the radio altimeter. Alright, 607 is set. And I can also let's look at the diagram, 27. Field elevation, 17. Field elevation is 17 feet. So nothing really to worry about on the elevation. Probably is a few bit of mountainous terrain though on the initial approach. We shall see how it goes. I think we'll be alright. The only thing that's stopping us on this approach is the FPS lag strikes, but like I said, we prayed, we should be fine. Starting our top of descent here. May have to bring in some speed brake. Slow us down. Drag is required. That should help us. And down we go. On a beautiful runway 27 into San Diego. Overhead the city skyline. Fingers crossed, brother. You got it. Once again, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and hit the like button, as it does help my future content reach further audiences. And it does support me a lot. Without further ado, let's descend down to San Diego. Flight sim visuals. Do you see much of a hit on the FPS when you use FSR, the recording software? Nothing at all? Awesome. Once it's running, you can close it and it'll stay on. Awesome, man. Hopefully I do not forget it. Overhead the Rockies we go. Good stable 60 FPS so far. And we're through 18,000. Go ahead and get the latest altimeter setting in San Fran. Let's have a look. San Diego is showing altimeter of 299er. Awesome, that is set. Left, right, and center. Look at those low approach speeds, wow. That's exactly it, man. The airport's so close to the Rockies, but they want to get you in like right after you get over those mountains. Should probably bring the speed brake out though and start slowing myself down a little bit more. I'm also going to go into manage speed mode. Probably gonna bust our 10,000 notes, but that's alright. Pretend it didn't happen. I know, man, it's crazy. 120 knots. That's basically 5 knots lower, and that's what I land at Beach 1900, man. With full flaps in the 1900 would usually approach at a VREP of about 116. So 120 in a 737 is crazy. Oh, so we did make the speed restriction, which is good. I think it's going to descend us real quick here soon if we want to make lucky for 6,000. Still saying that. Yeah, here comes a steep descent. That's my best guess. Alright, through 10,000, let's go ahead, get our landing lights on. When we turn off, so taxi lights can come on. Awesome. Seatbelt signs can... Oh, poor passengers were strapped in the whole time, but they can come on. Probably should have set this before descent, but our landing elevation is about, I think 50 is good. Go ahead and get my first notch flaps out as well. The max flap angle on the beach, first notch, there's only 2 notches of flaps. It's flaps 17 and flaps 30. Did I say 30? No, I think it's 35. Yeah, 35. 17, 35, yeah. Alive, sorry. Alright, man, let's shoot this approach. Might stop talking for a bit here as I go ahead and probably start to record. Oh yes, FSR. Does it matter how long out I hit the record button, do you know? We're getting those flaps out early. Exactly, I gotta lock in here. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start recording with FSR. The recording that is should be all good, dude. Say once you get at the gate would be my first move. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start recording. Record. And then I guess I go this button, I do believe. Awesome, recording. Alright, we'll hide that. I'll put behind that overlay. There we go. Alright, I'll go ahead down, slow down to 160. I just want to get configured early so we can set up well for this approach, where it's going to be visual. Let's go flaps 10. And we will go auto brake 1, 2, 3. See if we can get rid of our spoilers here. There we go, those are in the armed position. And let's shoot this approach, why don't we? They're gonna fly us into a mountain. Come pretty low to this top here.
$2,500.
I can sort of make out the runway now in the distance. I'll wait till we get a little bit lower, and then I'll go visual. Overhead San Diego. Should go visual here shortly. I think I'll wait till we get lined up and then we'll go visual. flag spikes here. Alright, let's start slowing it down a little bit more. 150, green flaps 15. And they also want me to go gear down, so gear's coming down. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself, pray for me flight sim visuals, and let's do this.
$1,000. Approaching minimums. Minimums. 500. $400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, that was a lot better. I feel like we still had like a little notch there, but it was a lot better. Way better. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been a little better, but it was definitely way better. It wasn't no Fort Lauderdale landing, that's for sure. I'll take that. Take that any day of the week, man. Alright, let me pew on. Landing lights off. Let me turn those off. Taxi lights can stay on for now. Stripes kind of steady. Alright. Awesome. There we go. I'm a lot happier about that, I must say. Welcome down to San Diego. Let's go gate 4. Make sure I got my airport positions customized right. Sail the staircase clear. Awesome. Back to GSX. Go. Select from map. Number 4. Is this number 4? Oh wait, no, right here. There we go. And some red. Yeah, man, that definitely was a lot better. I'll for sure say that. Definitely a lot better. And for San Francisco or San Diego too, can't complain about that, man. We'll get some replays going here now too. Can't see what my actual stop distance should be. So right here is good. Let's go ahead and set my parking brake. Now, flights and visuals. What do I do from here to stop or record? Do we just go, boom, haul out, FS, re-embedded, and how do we set this up? I guess I go stop recording, right? Obviously, okay. Now, I could save this file, or I can just replay it from here, I do believe, if I'm correct. So I'll go save. Okay, so circle's clicked, I saved it, and I guess I can just use that thing now to scroll back if I want to. And configure my aircraft for the landing. Is that what you do? So like, you know, will I go back down to flaps 30 now? Or 40. Arm the speed brake. Do you also arm your auto brake or no? Should I go back to auto brake 3 or leave it where it's 2? Alright, what do you guys want first? Wing view or exterior view? Let's do wing view first, and then we will go to exterior. Let me hide this so it's not in my shorts. How can I do that? Looks like it might be staying. Alright, let's play. Alright, awesome. That looked great. I must say that looked great. You know that compressor style noise? Yeah, I'm after hearing that a couple times now. That is really strange. Alright, Flight 62, how do we get the airport view? Is it under camera somewhere, I guess? Let's see. Alright, I gotta hollow this menu again. Alright, we'll load up the exterior view for now. It's under showcase. Let's see. Showcase. And then the drone external view. Okay, then I guess you just like you can disengage the follow mode and place the camera in please. One thing I don't know how to do though is how do I recenter it? I'm kind of like at an angle right now, you know what I mean? No, WAC. I'm just wondering how I recenter it. I'm kind of like stuck at an angle. Oh, there we go. I think it was mouse click. Alright, let me go closer to the field. Oh god, I should have did this way closer. Apologize for that. Reset view button. Fix camera. Reset position. Maybe I should wait to do it until I'm on the ground, because it'll probably be way easier that way. And then record my plane from distance. You can change the speed and stuff. Maybe I should try that then. Let me go to... Oh, that's not it. Showcase. Drone speed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's much faster. Do you know how to go lower? How do I go lower? Q and E for height. Haha, look at you go. Shout out to you, brother. Uh-oh. Did I break FSR? No, there we go. That just put me in an awkward position. Hold on, maybe I don't have this set up right. Drone, follow mode. Oh, I gotta unselect that. Okay. See where my aircraft is to. Haha. I think I got this figured out now. God, my FPS hate doing this. Alright, we'll get a shot this way. I don't know how it will turn out, but... Is there a way to zoom in? I also think that might just be too freaking laggy for me. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with the exterior. Thank you for letting me. Thank you for showing me how to do that, though. By the way, yeah, they don't make it easy. All right, I am just going to. Stop talking for a sec so I can make sure you hear me. Alright, man, awesome. I think I got all my clips. So I believe now to go back to FSR, bring it back into the gate, and take control, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the brakes, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Alright, we should be back at the gate now. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bring my APU generators online. My parking brake on. Since we got APU power, we can shut down our engines. First thing I'll do, turn the landing lights back on. When we turn off sound flaps, lug stay on. Let's come to steady. Anti-collision stay on for now. Well, awesome. I believe I may also have to bring my flaps up as well, yes. So I'll wait for them to come up. Yeah, man, it worked out great after. I appreciate all the help, flight sim visuals. You were very, very helpful. Now I got some new angles to use for my live streams. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, finally had a good landing on the stream. All right, flaps are all the way up. Like I said, APU power is on. Go ahead and shut down number 1 and number 2. Fuel pumps can come off, as well as my electricals. Turn off my window heat and probes. The out damper can come off. And seatbelt sign. Now I can go ahead and call my GSX. And we will request deboarding. If it loads. GSX is sleeping, I guess. I don't know what's on the go with them. I have to restart it. Let's see. I'll give it time. I'll let it load. Go ahead though and get some ground power. Set our chocks. External pit power. I will request that. And request our jetway. GSX is letting the squad down, bro. I don't know what's on the go. I can try and force restart it. If I go Control Alt Delete. Control Alt. No, Control Alt Bin Delete. Oh, that's what I gotta do. Hello. Control Alt. Alright, let me bring up my task manager for a second and try to force restart that. See, where's the 2? I'm looking for cloud tool, I think it's called. Maybe it's under GSX. Let me think. System. Can't even find the client for it. If I go close this, try to Alt Tab. I go to my second monitor, come down below. Let me try that. Oh, awesome, just disappeared on me. Oh god. Now I'm just loading up random stuff. My bad. Let's try that. GS. Try to force start that. Maybe that will work. GSX is letting the squad down indeed. Alright, let me try to load up actual GSX again, see if that works now. Should be my task manager now though that I force started that. That's crazy. They still got GSX restart at 32-bit. They should upgrade that to 64-bit. Alright, if it don't work this time, we may not be able to use GSX, unfortunately. Classic GSX, man, that's right. Either way, I can come over to the overhead, turn on ground power, and I can get the GPU disconnected. Oh my god, why did I just do that? Well, I still got APU on. I meant to turn off my APU and keep ground power connected. Alright, there it is. Then we go ahead and turn off APU. Alright, guess we will not be using GSX, but I got that connected. APU is switched off, and beacon calls come off now as well. Turn off my IRSs. Yeah, GSX likes to always do its own thing. Sometimes you just gotta like, let them. But the good part about it, we got some stuff already by through PMDG. So we'll see how that looks. Not too bad, right? It's basically GSX. No driver. Awesome. GSX did us dirty. We got the jet bridge, which is good. Wait, what if I go... What does it open up like a tab? See what this do. Welcome to my world? Yeah, man, I guess that's just it, hey. Alright, what if I close that out now? Control Alt and delete. Go back to my task manager. See if it's there. It would be under. It's giving me like OCD that I can't get GSX to work. Probably just gotta do a full restart. It's fine though. Oh, hold on. I think I might actually be able to get this to work. May have lied. I was able to close out the whole force restart. Yeah, maybe I did lie. Alright, I guess that's just gonna have to do. Sorry guys, I cannot get GSX to work. But that will have to do. ladies and gentlemen, welcome to San Diego. Once again, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and like the video, as it does help my my content reach further audiences. Thank you for everybody for tuning into the stream today. That's probably going to be it for today. I'm going to have to go and edit some of this, some of these clips now for YouTube Shorts. I'm going to see if I can make like multi-clips on one short of my landing. I feel like that would be pretty cool. Thank you for flying again. Appreciate it. Flight Sim Visuals. Shout out to Flight Sim Visuals. He helped me a lot today. And shout out to him for sticking around for pretty much the whole stream. My God, you're a legend, dude. Enjoyed our conversations, and yeah, take care, guys. Have a nice night. Thanks again, Flight Sim Visuals. Have a good night, buddy.